Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. I'm back. First video since I don't know, like week 3. College been kicking me. But playoffs are starting, so I decided to make a video for y'all. This is just the opening bracket. Didn't cover the first week's game, so we have Texans upsetting the Broncos. I think the Broncos beat them in the season. I'm not familiar, and then of course the Charger CPU upsetting the Bengals user. That's unfortunate. Uh, Colts handling the Bills in a shootout. And on the other side, man, listen, old man, he back. He been labbing again. Takes a 25-21 over the Packers. 35-23 in a division matchup for the third time, going to the way of Lil Doan on the cards. And then 35-29, no surprise there, taking them out, the Giants. So shout out to Hall Boy getting that win over the Buccaneers. As we move into round 2, we have Jags Texans, Colts Chargers, Eagles Cowboys, and Cardinals Giants. I'm sure those matchups will be very, very interesting, and tune into them for sure. Loading in, a tradition now. We have our first team All Pro offense. We have some returners, of course. John Mateer for the second year in a row, best quarterback in the league, taking it. And we also have Quinn Myers moving up from the second team All Pro to the first team All Pro. And then we have Rasheed Walker from the Packers, Mason McCormick from the Steelers at guard, Luluau, center for the Broncos, Miners. As we talked about, Broncos on his second trip. Zach Tom from the Packers, DeAndre Moore Jr. from the Cardinals as our receiver 1, Malik Neighbors from the Giants, receiver 2, Brian Thomas, wide receiver 3, and Jahmyr Gibbs at running back. This Packers offensive line did really crazy this year, so I think everybody on their offensive line pretty much made either one of the first teams. So that is really good for the Packers carbonation, but unfortunately lost in the first round. But some good rewards for him knowing his offensive line is playing so well. As we move on now to our first team defense. Moving into our first team All Pro defense, we have Nick Amanwari, Jacob Parrish from the Buccaneers, Bobby Okereke from the Giants, Roquan Smith, Ravens linebacker as well, Adon Schuler, linebacker and rookie from the Jaguars. Then Brian Branch, once again, one of those players that moved up from second team to first team this season. JT Tuoma, Tuoma on the Colts, and then Matt Abwike moving up from second to first, and then Jalen Carter and Nick Bosa retaining their first team All Pro defenses from last year. So yeah, defense has changed up a bit, other than really the front four. Nick Bosa, Jalen Carter dominant again. Nick Emanuari just dominant for the Giants this year. I think led the league in picks. Brian Branch, of course, that tackle for loss machine for the Lions. And Jalen Johnson, kind of a surprising one along with Jacob Parrish, but the cornerbacks played really well for Buccaneers this year. So shout outs to those guys. Shout out to the Giants too for having 2 members in. Oh yeah, moving into our second team All Pro offense. Now we have Ernest Green from the 49ers. Us drafted him last year. Robert Hunt from the Panthers. Elton Jenkins from the Packers. As we talked about, these Packers members just absolutely going crazy. Joe Bruner, rookie Eagles, and then Jordan Mailata, Eagles as well for his second time on the list. I believe last season he was first team. This season he's second team, but he still made the team nonetheless. Mekhi Lemon returning again along with Tucker Kraft on the second team. I think Tucker Kraft was first team last season. You have Matthew Golden repeating on the second team once again. Jameson Williams, Saquon Barkley, and Jordan Love. Like I said, Jordan Love playing behind a stacked offensive line this season. Mekhi Lemon making his repeat along with Matthew Golden and some new faces. Saquon Barkley finally makes a team this season. So once again, Packers, Giants, Eagles, Jaguars, some repeat offenders here. So no surprises, along with some new faces in Ernest Green at left tackle. Moving on to our second team All Pro defense, we have Caleb Downs from the Titans making his first appearance. Leafau from the Jaguars, rookie as well. A rookie class of Jaguars really went off more than their starters this year. Kind of sucks, but still made the playoffs nonetheless. Trenton Simpson making his second return to the list, only returning member of his second team. Um, I think he made first team last year, makes second team this year. Uh, Then we have Samuel Oshimago to the 49ers. Dane Belton of the Jaguars, strong safety. Daniel Harris, the Buccaneers, rookie. CB1 is Deron Bland. Edge, Daniil Hunter. Trey White, rookie from the Giants as well. And Damon Wilson Jr. from the 49ers. You can tell 49ers still one of those dominant teams in the front four. Giants, back-to-back members as well. Trenton Simpson, I forgot to add the team he was on, so my bad. But just rounded out perfectly fine for those guys. So yeah, 49ers, Titans, Packers, Cowboys made the list this year. Seahawks, Giants, Jaguars, Eagles, of course. That's pretty cool. And then we move on here to the award winners. Drama tier once again. 6,459 passing yards, 66 touchdowns, 17 interceptions with a 71% completion rate, a QBR. Oh, my bad. I forgot to include that, I guess. A QBR of 138.4. I don't know why I included QBR twice. My mistake, but 379.9 yards per game, 39 rushes, 216 rushing yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. And of course, your coach of the year is Jaguars. Me, again, 16-1, AFC number 1, and first seed in the South. I'll do the rest after the Super Bowl when it gets confirmed. And this is my bracket prediction, yeah. Get some parity in the NFC. Old man, like I said, been playing a lot, so I got him coming out of the NFC East to face myself. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Giants or Eagles. He split the series with them. Everybody in that conference is really good, so really no surprise. And then yeah, that's it. I'll give you all a little bit of a look over, and then we're gonna move into just going over some stats, some end of season stats, and then that'll be it. Yeah, as we can see here, just starting off with some good old stats, with some win-loss records. Jag starting at the top and then scaling down from those of all the teams who made the playoffs. You will see one surprising team in here, which is the 6-11 Bills. Um, yeah, and I think you also have the 6-11 Dolphins. I mean, there's two teams that made the playoffs at 6-11. The AFC got to improve for the bottom teams. The top division is fine, but the bottom teams definitely have to improve a little bit. This is just like going over the AFC and specifics, and we're just gonna let that play out.
Who better? Crew pulls a sweater. 2 shots to a nigga medulla. Papa Zan, then you know I forget it. Roxanne begging me to hit it. Get the cash later on and forget it. Niggas be talking about money, then bet it. I need the cash, I don't fuck with credit. We from Texas. Initiative.
Yeah, here are just some end of season stats. Starting off here with the passing yardage, as you can see, and then on to the rushing yards. Caden Durham led him. Didn't make the list. It was kind of hard not to choose him, but Saquon and Jahmyr Gibbs had more average yardage, so I ended up giving it to them for the first and second teams. Of course, DeAndre Moore with a crazy 2,500 yards, not too far behind as Malik Neighbors with another 2,500 yards, and then surprisingly, Brian Thomas 71 receptions, but almost 2,000 himself. These are just some of the zero sack, offensive linemen in the league. Most downs played, and then most sacks goes to unfortunately Fashino. And then we have defense here, which is led by, as you can see, some Jets players. Quentin Williams, not Quentin Williams. I think it's Quentin Williams, not too far after that. And then I'm moving on to TFLs. Daniil Hunter, you can see, made second team for a reason. Led the league 34 TFLs, 12 sacks as well. And not too far behind was Ezaraku as well, who got 15-26 on his own. Yeah, defense pretty strong this year from most teams. Then moving on, we have sacks, Nick Bosa, Tuon Mile, Josh Sweat. Didn't make the team. It was kind of, once again, one of those, like, do I choose Daniil for getting those 34 TFLs? I decided to go over the TFLs more. And then, of course, Nick and Manawari, first team all defense with the 12 interceptions. Also had 3 TFLs as well with 83 tackles, 10 deflections as well. Dre Greenlaw not too far behind, along with some other names. Pass deflections, as we talked about, Daniel Harris, the rookie from the Buccaneers, led the league in passing deflections this season. Not too far behind Mr. Jalen Johnson as well, who made that first team. DJ Turner from the Jaguars. E. Robinson the fourth, I believe that is a Texans player. You have Deron Bland from the Cowboys as well, who we talked about earlier. Going into our forced fumbles now. Fred Warner, shout out to him leading the league, and fumbles are pretty vibing. You got 1-6, 1-5, couple threes in there, a lot of twos and a lot of ones, I'm sure, from teams here and there. So we just gonna go into safeties here. Only Isaiah Simmons and Peter Woods. Not a lot of safeties this season. Not that surprising though. But we just go into touchdowns. Just gonna do a quick scroll down of all the players who got a touchdown. A lot of defensive touchdowns this season. You see some Dane Belton, Deontay Lawson, Will Johnson, Fournette, Amanda Warry. You saw him earlier. Tuamoloau, you saw him as well in the first team. David Bailey, Fred Warner as well. Leah Fowl. I saw Deron Bland catch my eye a little bit there. So just a little bit fast scrolling down of the stats and everybody that got some. And of course, we got to show kicker some love, right? I mean, hey, good kickers matter. I've seen some port differences, especially between the Giants Eagles. It's just been by a field goal sometimes. So, you know, um, points do matter. Any point matters. Of course, Cam Little, 100%. Brandon Aubrey, 100. Cage York, 100. Stevens, 100 as well. Longest field goal of the season goes to John Love, the rookie out of VTech, playing for the Texans. And then you have Jason Sanders, 62, not too far behind him as well, with a 90% overall field goal percentage. Extra points matter too. Shout out. Oh, just got some punting, some net yards. Do we really care about punting? Nah, but it's a part of the stats, so we're gonna cover it anyway. You got Will Lutz in here. Shout out to him. And then some return yardage. Jeremiah Smith, 4 touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns for a kickoff. That is 4 touchdowns off of one player, and then you had two from Braswell and two from Harden and two from Williams, and then some ones after that. But yeah, that is crazy. 4 kickoff returns for the Titans user. He really knows what he's doing there. And got some punt return yards. Not a lot of punt returns. A lot of people just fear catching, playing it safe, and only one punt return, which goes to Isaiah Satanga, rookie. Moving on now into our team stats. Jaguars at the top of total, or not total offense, but just offensive yardage in general, excluding things like kick returns, punt returns, and then scaling it down every team after that. As you can see, some good teams in there, some playoff teams. You can still make the playoffs even if you have a low offensive rating. So the Texans down there, bottom 16, but they have a really good defense, as you'll see coming up here soon. Then we move into our passing yardage. Led by the Jaguars again, Packers, and then it's got the Colts in there, Chiefs, of course, Texans 4K, and then you got our teams below 4K. I don't think any team that passed under 4K made it to the playoffs. And of course, you had the number one rushing attack, not the Ravens, excuse me, the Lions, followed by the Giants, followed by the Ravens. I think this is the third season in a row the Ravens have rushed for over 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry combo is really dangerous. Yeah, points per game. Jaguars leading points per game, follow right behind the Giants with only a point. Then the Packers, Eagles, Colts, Broncos, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Commanders, and 49ers rounding out your top 10. As we scale down here to the bottom. And moving over to our passing touchdowns, of course, Jordan Love, 73. John Mateer, 67. Anthony Richardson was 66. And then just a little bit of a scale down here to show love to every team who participated this season. Then you go to our rushing touchdowns, of course. Titans, are we surprised they're up there? No. Best rusher in the league. Didn't make the team. I know I'm gonna get some flack about that, but the yards per attempt were just not equaling the yards per game that Jahmyr Gibbs had, as long with Saquon Barkley. Then we move on to defense. 49ers, number one. Cards, Commanders, Jags, Texans, Cowboys, Bears, Seahawks, Lions, and Steelers follow behind to round out that top 10. As you can see, Jaguars finished top 3 in every, I think top 4, top 5 in every statistical category. Eagles finished, I think, top 6. Giants finished about top 6 in almost every category. Texans #1 pass defense, as you see here, followed by the 49ers, then the Jags, Cardinals, Commanders, Jets, Chargers, Steelers, Seahawks, Bengals, and Bears in that top echelon of defenses, holding all below 4,000 yards combined. And then, we have our teams that let off more than 4,000 yards, but for those teams, offense beats defense. So, as you can see with the Broncos, allowed 4,500, still made it to the playoffs. Giants, a Super Bowl favorite, allowed almost 5,000 passing yards, but they're still favored to make it. You have your rush defenses, of course. Vikings, Eagles down here as well. Ravens, Broncos, Raiders, Jaguars down here in the bottom percentile, but still playoff teams, so a little bit of stopping something. We got points. These are what really matter. Jags #1 in points. Giants rounding out that top 10 as well. And moving on. And then we have who? Broncos, bottom 5, and Panthers at the bottom. Falcons, a little bit of a tough season for him, but I'm sure he'll bounce back next season. Moving into sacks. Sack leaders, I believe we had the Ravens up there, Eagles up there, Giants up there, Texans. Cowboys only had 36 sacks as a team. A little bit surprising, but there's more than one way to make the team turn the ball over. And we had the bottom, our Panthers getting to a bottom of a lot of lists here. 49ers with the most fumbles calls tied with the Cardinals. That's a little bit crazy. 9 fumbles in a single season. Got to secure that rock. Got to secure that rock. In our interceptions, of course, Giants, Broncos, Eagles, Lions, Seahawks, Jaguars, Buccaneers, Bears, 49ers, Titans, Commanders, and Texans rounding out that top 10. You had some more teams as well above 30, excuse me. Giants being one of the 2 teams to hit 30. Then we have our completion percentage and conversions. We got Colts, Packers, Jaguars, Giants, Cowboys, Cardinals, Commanders, Chargers, Raiders, Eagles, Buccaneers, 49ers rounding out your top 10 or teams above 50%. As you see some teams here under 50%, but it is what it is. It happens. Jaguars being the only team in the league to have a 100% fourth down completion rate. Colts not too far behind. Just some teams here and there. Most teams above 50%. Texans and Bengals being the only playoff teams to be below 50% in that category. Then we got some 2-point conversions, and the team you'll see down here is the Giants, I do believe. Yeah, Giants only here at 50%, so they've been playing a lot of close games, so could come down to a 2-point conversion and 50-50 on whether they'll get it or not. Then, of course, we have our red zone efficiency, led by the Jets, Packers, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Chiefs, Rams, Bengals, Raiders, Bears, Jaguars, Bills, Chargers, Falcons, all above 50% in the red zone. And then, of course, we have defensive red zone, which is led by the Commanders, Eagles, Cardinals, Jaguars, Cowboys, Colts, Packers, Titans, Giants. So many teams, like way more teams below 50% in the red zone. A lot of people playing really good red zone defense this season. But unfortunately, everybody can't be in that top percentile. And just some penalties here and there. Nobody really cares. Sometimes you get called for holding, sometimes you don't. Turnover difference, a big one led by the 49ers, Giants, Bucks, Raiders, Bengals, Commanders, Titans, Lions, Seahawks, Jaguars, Bears, Eagles, and Packers. And then, of course, you have some more teams in the positive before you go negative. And like we said, Falcons just had a really unfortunate season. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I appreciate the view, and I'm sure to kick out some more videos to y'all soon. See ya.